Five Nights at Freddy's is a horror adaptation mystery thriller. The film is written and directed by Emma Tammy. A troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During his first night on the job, he realizes that the night shift won't be easy to get through. Pretty soon, he will unveil what actually happened at Freddy's. The film's runtime is 109 minutes. The rating is PG-13 in color. Five Nights at Freddy's. So, in a way, I did play the original game. I am pretty, I wouldn't say knowledgeable of the story and I guess the lore for Five Nights. I just really played this movie when I was very young, during middle school. Cool, the jump scares were fun. But the movie, the lore to it, I never really got into. Of course, I kind of knew that people say that was a very interesting lore, and it is a pretty interesting lore, especially seeing this film gives it more interesting. But Five Nights at Freddy's is just, in a way, a generic horror film, I think. I think most people can agree. It doesn't really change anything. It's very, it's entertaining. I give this film this. It's entertaining, it's goofy, it's dumb. It's a goofy, dumb movie fun. I give it that. It's dumb, it's goofy, and it's fun. But there's some moments where it's like, Jesus, this is stupid. Like, why? Like, come on. Like, there's a certain moment with, like, I think, what is it? A babysitter and I think Freddy, which you're kind of like, why are you doing what you're doing right now? That's just dumb. But I found the film fine. It's a fine horror movie. I wouldn't put it as a good movie. I wouldn't even consider it a shit movie. It's in the fine land. It's in fine land where it belongs. It's not terrible, but it's not good. It's just fine. It's a fine film that could, in a way, could have been better. I felt like if this film had, I guess, substance, a far more interesting story with, and just, it could have been good. I felt like this movie could have been good. But it was gonna be, it's not easy to make a movie about animatronics and make it scary, because like I don't think animatronics, I don't think fucking Chuck E. Cheese scares me. I'm sorry, I don't think Chuck E. Cheese scares me. Like I don't find fear in it. But that's just me. Based on the video game Five Nights at Freddy's by Scott Cawthon. Performances, you got Josh Hutcherson as Mike. And I like Josh Hutcherson. I think he's a pretty cool actor for most films. He's of course known for the Hunger Games trilogy, and I remember seeing Journey 2 as a child, and he was in that movie, so I gotta just bring that up. And yeah, he's good in this movie. He's definitely the good part of this film. He has an interesting character development, or interesting story to his character, mostly a backstory, and it's cool. I really did think Josh Hutcherson was just truly the best part of this film. And he's good. He's good in this movie. I think he's definitely the light in this alright kind of movie. You also got, I guess, his sister, the one that he's taking custody, Piper Rubio as Abby, who, yeah, she's a likable kid, who, wants to spend time with her brother, and her brother wants to take care of her and make sure she's alright. One thing I found weird is kind of like the fan thing. I didn't really search it up, but, my lovely girlfriend told me about, how people are really fangirling over this girl and shit, like really going crazy and shit. I'm like, bro, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's a child. Come on, like, why are people fangirling over this child? Like, she's fine in the movie, but people can go too far, and it's like, come on, man, child. It's just, come on. But she's good in the movie. I liked her character. You also got Matthew Lillard as Steve Ragland, and I just love Matthew Lillard. I just love him. Scream, Scooby-Doo. Matthew Lillard is just great in most things that he's in, and even though this movie's not good, I like Matthew Lillard. He's the best part of this movie. I really like him. I really love seeing Matthew Lillard in any film that he's in. He's always the good parts of any movie, even whether it's bad or good. You also got, I would say, the antagonist of this film, Mary Stuart Masterson as Aunt Jane, which is just an asshole in this. Just an asshole, like just trying to take custody. Damn near tried to have Josh Hutcherson killed in a way where you're like, what the? It's like crazy. Holy smokes, man. That's wow. Wowzers. Yeah. I don't know. She's in the film, and of course, just the animatronics. Of course, you got Freddy, you got Chica, you got Foxy, And I think you have like another one I just forgot. And yeah, the animatronics are cool. They're the best parts of this movie. I don't think people are gonna be surprised by that. It's cool seeing these animatronics in live action, and it's cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought the animatronics are cool. You also got Elizabeth Leo as Vanessa, the cop. I think she's there. She was in You. That's why I recognize her. And yeah, she's fine in the film. She's fine. You also the performances all around are pretty fine. Josh Hutcherson's the best, and I kind of liked it. I like the dynamic between him and the sister. It was cool. The screenplay by, of course, the creator of the damn shit, Scott Cawthon, who's known for the games Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's Sister's Location, and Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, and Seth Cuddeback. And yeah, the screenplay the lore is interesting. I think the lore could intrigue you. It's a very interesting lore, especially, but as a film itself, it kind of lacks, I guess, tension and story. It's not. I wouldn't say this is a horror. Like, this is fine to me. Like, this doesn't scare me. I don't know. I don't think animatronics from Chuck E. Cheese is gonna scare me. But I found that there is some tensions that they do have. I do, in a way, this film doesn't have a lot of jump scares, which I don't. That's always a complaint of mine for every film. Too much jump scares is just bad. But Five Nights at Freddy's is a jump scare type of game. Like it's like Five Nights at Freddy's without jump scares or as much jump scares is not as good. Which is I didn't think that would be a complaint of mine, because I'd be like, jump scares is the worst part. Five Nights at Freddy's is known for jump scares, so I think it'd have been worked well for this film. But I felt like the lore was cool and interesting. I give this that. The score by the Newton brothers, known for the film Shades of Grey, Detachment, and Doctor Sleep. And yeah, the score is good. I like the 80s the synth wave and stuff. It's cool. I liked it. I like the score for this film. DP by Lynn Moncrief. Pretty well shot movie. The cinematography is pretty solid for the film. The editing by William Paley and Andrew Wesman. And yeah, it's edited. It's pretty. I mean, I'm not gonna look at this movie and be like, yeah, that's a pretty damn good edited film. It's fine. It's edited. It's an hour 50, maybe a little shorter. Maybe it cut some would have helped, but it's edited fine. The production design by Mark Fischella is good. It's pretty damn good. You know, the animatronics and the actual, fucking Chuck E. Cheese is pretty solid. Yeah, production designing is good. This film is, again, I don't hate this movie. I thought the movie's a fine watch. I could genuinely sit down and watch it and be like, all right. But I wouldn't be like, yeah, I had a great time watching this movie. I don't think I can say that. I don't think I can say that to you guys and be like, telling the truth. I had a great time watching Five Nights at Freddy's. I had a fine time watching Five Nights at Freddy's. There's sometimes I enjoyed some things, but there's some things that I just found just like, okay, this is too much. This is too much, and I couldn't really get into this film as much. So as a rating, I'll give it a high 2 out of 5 stars. I found the film pretty fine for what it is, but I don't think to me personally, I don't think it just hits hits the barrier and me like, yeah, I had a great time with it. It could hit that, but there's just too much things I'm just like, okay. And the ending was pretty cool, but it's fine. And yeah, all around, I found Five Nights at Freddy a fine movie. Not bad, but not good. So those are my thoughts, I guess, for Five Nights at Freddy.